All right, I'm going to talk about the COVID lockdowns in Europe. Generally here in the United States, most people don't care what happens outside the United States whatsoever and don't like discussing it. But unfortunately, like it or not, we live in a global world. Technology and just the way things are now, okay, we are connected globally. And what happens in foreign countries does have a direct effect on us. Globalization is here, whether we like it or not, and it's something we have to deal with, okay? So, and I have friends that I have emails with and communicate with very closely that live in some of these affected countries. Italy, Austria, to name a few. Take a look at this. All right, there we go. I adjust the camera a little. But anyway, as I've stated, this COVID thing is a tool in the global war on humanity itself. And unfortunately, Europe, because most of Europe is, in the European Union, okay? It's the formation of this and this global change is what I lost my job in New York, and that's why I'm basically what I call an economic refugee inside my own country. I had to travel a far distance from where I came from in order to learn a viable living, okay? I had to flee the whole Northeast region. So when you look at these things and what's going on, these governments are coming down strong. And if you go and look up a website, Euronews, it listed the lockdowns and what all these different countries are doing with their vaccination thing, and they're saying that, it was weird the way they reported it. It's like they covered several countries. The ones they didn't mention Poland, and they didn't mention the United Kingdom. They mentioned Ireland, France, Germany, Italy, Romania, Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, the Ukraine, and Russia. And it's weird, when they were talking about like the Ukraine, Russia, Bulgaria, Romania, each time, this is the country with the highest death rate. This is the country with the highest high death rate, okay? And from what they're saying, there's an outbreak, there's huge death rates, and it's a national emergency. But yet, they also show pictures of thousands and thousands of people protesting against vaccination, and also the card. Most of these countries have initiated where you need to show some sort of a pass, card, or ID to leave your apartment, to get into a cab or on a bus, to enter a store or building. You have to have some sort of certification to do anything. Or basically, you're not even treated like a criminal. You're treated as an outcast, like a plague victim, okay? And most of these countries have that system in place that were listed there. And most of these countries have a whole bunch of protests, because even the people that are vaccinated, that have the pass, now with the lockdown, that don't matter. You're locked down, okay? I don't know the situation in these countries. I don't know what is truthful or not truthful. All I know is, in my daily travels with the group of people that I've seen, neighbors, friends, family, and I do go out, to public places, I have really not seen the way they're talking people disappearing or being sick or dying to the point where, you know, you would see, if it's as bad as what they're saying, I would not see as many people as I do. You don't see nobody disappearing. You don't see crowds getting smaller, okay? Actually, the exact opposite. Something in this country is changing, okay? Because even in my state, they've lifted the mask mandate. They're starting to lighten up on a lot of this because it's not working, okay? And they've said that there's not going to be a lockdown here in the U.S. Okay, that's the one main important thing. Because right now, this is the time of year that's make or break with the shopping and the Christmas holidays and everything. A lot of companies balance their sheet at the end of the year with holiday shopping. Okay, the end of this week, Black Friday, and then Black Monday for online stuff. Those are important factors in our economy. Okay, so you're talking, you know, you're really gonna wreck the country if you screw this up. And they got everybody panicked that the shortages and that. I really don't see any shortages. And then the wife told me that, yeah, she went out and got some groceries this week, and she goes, in the past week or so, they've increased the prices right before the holidays. Okay, right before. And she goes, that's where they're going to get you. And because they know people, it's the holidays, you got family coming, you're going to buy it, regardless whether they raise it or not, you know. And then now we're going to see the holiday shopping, what happens there, you know, with Christmas coming. So all this crap is tied in. I feel sorry for the people in Europe that they have to go through this. And it's going to cripple their economies. It's just going to interfere with people's lives and make it worse. But it's still something we have to keep aware of. And again, we're fortunate as of now that they're not going to pull this crap here in the U.S. I don't know about the mandates for vaccination, if they're going to keep going with that or not. Hopefully they'll back off on that, because that hasn't gone over well here in the U.S. So I guess we'll see. All right. Thank you, and stay tuned.